A new model of Earth's interior reveals clues to hotspot volcanoes. Again, this is from University of California at Berkeley. And they give us the shear velocity variation at 250 kilometer depth. And they have the from yellow -4 to blue +4. And we're looking at the center of the map is the Pacific Ocean. And the blue, as you can see there, in the center of that is the Hawaii hotspot, as you can see. And you even have, I'm very surprised to see over Antarctica, that huge area on the bottom 7 o'clock position on the left. And also in Western Africa, you'll see the hotspots are in green circles as well. You see the west coast of the United States and off the coast of the western coast of Latin America. You see Iceland, 2 hotspots in Iceland. Now, scientists at the University of California, Berkeley, detected previously unknown channels of slow-moving seismic waves in Earth's upper mantle, a discovery that helps explain hotspot volcanoes that give birth to island chains such as Hawaii, Tahiti, and of course we know La Palma, which is today, right now, erupting in the Canary Islands hotspots. Now, unlike volcanoes that emerge from collision zones between tectonic plates, hotspot volcanoes form in the middle of the plates. Now, we saw 2 videos behind this one. You'll find the longest volcanic chain on the eastern part of the continent of Australia, with a hotspot mantle plume there. So, in the middle of the plates, the prevalent theory for how a mid-plate volcano forms is that a single upwelling of hot, buoyant rock rises vertically as a plume from deep within Earth's mantle, the layer found between the planet's crust and the core, and supplies heat and to feed volcanic eruptions with magma. However, some hotspot volcano chains are not easily explained by this simple model. I support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. Hotspot volcano chains not easily explained by this simple model, suggesting that a more complex interaction between plumes and the upper mantle is at play, said the study authors. The newfound channels of slow-moving seismic waves, described in a paper published in Science Express, provide an important piece of the puzzle in the formation of these hotspot volcanoes and other observations of unusually high heat flow from the ocean floor. The formation of volcanoes at the edge of plates is closely tied to the movement of tectonic plates, which are created as hot magma pushes up through fissures in mid-ocean ridges and solidifies. As the plate moves away from the ridge, they cool, harden, and get heavier, eventually sinking back down into the mantle at subduction zones. But scientists have noticed large swaths of seafloor that are significantly warmer than expected from this tectonic plate cooling model. It had been suggested that the plumes responsible for hotspot volcanism could also play a role in explaining these observations, but it was not entirely clear how. And here we're going to see the seismic shear wave velocity beneath the central Pacific plate, a 3D view of the top 1,000 kilometers of the Earth's mantle beneath the central Pacific, showing the relationship between seismically slow plumes and channels imaged in the study. The green cones in the ocean floor mark island associations, we can see them on top here, with hotspot volcanoes such as Hawaii. Now, scientists noticed large swaths of seafloor that are significantly warmer than expected from the tectonic plate cooling model. It had been suggested that the plumes responsible for hotspot volcanism could also play a role in explaining these observations, but it was not entirely clear how. We needed a clear picture of where the extra heat is coming from and how it behaves in the upper mantle, said studies senior author Barbara Romanowitz, UC Berkeley professor of Earth and Planetary Sciences. She says, our findings help bridge the gap between processes deep in the mantle and phenomena observed on the Earth's surface, such as hotspots. The researchers utilized the new technique that takes waveform data from earthquakes around the world and then analyzed the individual wiggles in the seismograms to create a computer model of Earth's interior. The technology is comparable to a CT scan. The model revealed channels dubbed low-velocity fingers by the researchers where seismic waves traveled unusually slow. The fingers stretched out in bands measuring about 600 miles wide and 1,200 miles apart and moved at depths of 120 to 220 miles below the seafloor. Seismic waves typically travel at speeds of 2.5 to 3 miles per second at these depths, but the channels exhibited a 4% slowdown in average seismic velocity. We know that seismic velocity is influenced by temperature, and we estimate that the slowdown we're seeing could represent a temperature increase of up to 200 degrees Celsius, study lead author Scott French, UC Berkeley graduate student, said. The formation of channels similar to those revealed in the computer model has been theoretically suggested to affect plumes in Earth's mantle, but it has never before been imaged on a global scale. The fingers are also observed to align with the motion of the overlying tectonic plate, further evidence of channeling of plume material, the researchers said. They said, we believe that plumes contribute to the generation of hotspots and high heat flow, accompanied by complex interactions with the shallow upper mantle. The exact nature of those interactions will need further study, but we now have a clearer picture that can help us understand the plumbing of Earth's mantle responsible for hotspot volcanoes like Tahiti, Réunion, and Samoa, and Hawaii, and Canary Islands, and many, many more. This is by University of California, Berkeley on phys.org. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.